pretty good at sniffing out bologna.
You're a good bologna sniffer?
Yeah, dude.
Cheers.
Cheers, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Stony bologna.
Cheers, sir.
We're live?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. I was thinking we could talk about strippers.
Okay.
Oh,
I think this counts. Whenever I graduated high school in 2012, my dad got me a stripper, and it was a graduation party present, and I didn't know that until the end of the night. At first, he just told me we were gonna get drunk, like he was gonna get me drunk at my sister's house, and then like towards the end of the night, my mom left. She was pissed. And my sister,
As moms tend to be when strippers come to the house.
Yeah,
that's kind of a universal mom thing. Tends to be. Yeah, I feel
Total
you.
mom move, bro.
Not a universal dad thing to get you a stripper for your graduation. He's scoring major points.
Yeah.
But pretty standard mom thing to be pissed
that
about the
is
stripper
2 + 2 = 4
arriving.
all day.
it would be my first time really drinking like that. I was more of a smoker kind of guy. They had found out, but
Yeah, it's kind of your thing, right? You host
Oh,
the
they
hot
already
tonight.
had they already run into that? Like,
yeah, I had gotten caught probably like 16, 17. I got caught in high school, so they know I was a big pothead.
nice.
But that'd be like, it's more traditional to get your Mexican son drunk. Fucking my dad's giving me all types of mixers and different shots, and I mean, I guess I was kind of feeling it. I never really blacked out, but at one point or another, he told me, he's like, listen, mijo, I don't know what you're like, but if you fuck up, I'm gonna knock your ass out.
Oh,
like,
shit!
That was a weird thing to tell somebody.
I'm getting you fucked up.
Yeah,
But if you don't do it right,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna
if
fuck
you're
you
an
up.
aggressive drunk, which neither of us know yet, I'm gonna knock your ass out.
Which you're gonna find out live. Like, you're gonna learn that about yourself and also possibly get your ass
like, well,
whooped.
great. Okay,
God
thanks for telling
damn.
me that. Thank you for getting
That's
drunk.
that's so much.
And then so in the midst of all
Okay,
that,
hold on. Pause. We forgot to do an introduction. We got to introduce you to the other co-host of the show. That's Marvin.
Marvin.
Oh, that's what this thing is called.
So Marvin,
The actual inspiration for Marvin the Martian.
yeah,
Served in World War
he served in World War I, refused to serve in World War II. He is originally from the moon, which is why he likes to take people there. But on a more personal note, Marvin actually went to school with Scott in high school and dated all of the same girls Scott dated.
After me.
On purpose. Like, went after those same girls. So Marvin's kind of a son of a bitch, but also, what are you going to do? He's Marvin. So, so now you get to be Marvin.
All right. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so now we're going to get you fucked up in the middle of your story.
Yeah.
And then you get to figure out how to tell the rest of it.
Yeah.
Is this thing ready to roll?
And then also, we're going to need you to, while we're waiting for that, we're going to need you to add to the lore of Marvin. At least some point in the podcast.
Each episode we add one of those facts about Marvin.
What did he do? He fucks your girlfriends? What does he do?
Yeah, he dated all my girlfriends after me. We went to high school together.
No shit.
Yeah. Well, it was a career and technical center, but kind of the same.
That's what the school was.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Can I see the grinder, please, sir?
Oh, here you go. Yeah.
Marvin actually graduated, though. I just have a GED, so good on Marvin.
Marvin. So I add to that.
Yeah, if you want.
Marvin's uncircumcised.
Okay.
Oh, shit. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Are you projecting onto Marvin right now?
I thought I was. Yeah, like
Well,
that's a piece of me that he's
L'chaim.
taking with him.
A literal piece
A
of
literal
you.
piece of me that I'm leaving with this character.
Uncircumcised.
Several centimeters.
Yeah.
That I bestowed under Marvin. I did the same thing for my son. My son is also uncircumcised.
Nice.
I made
Good call.
sure.
Good
Yeah.
call. That's the best call.
What a good dad.
It's the only call,
Right?
really.
I was like, what
Good
the
dad.
fuck,
Yeah,
man?
no.
I followed that doctor around the room making sure, and he knew why. They wanted to do it. They asked me right when he came out. I was like, leave him alone.
Yeah, no, leave him how he came.
Yeah.
Yeah, let it be.
You get it stuck in zippers sometimes. It happens.
It's what it is. Yeah, if you don't take... I had a buddy who... we were bodybuilders, and there was a steroid that you take that, like, super dehydrates you. And when he was on that shit, his foreskin would like get chapped lips. And like when he would pull it back to pee, it would like tear. And it was brutal.
That's just growing up, baby.
That's just life, baby.
You know what?
That's life. Foreskin tearing up.
Now he knows.
Yeah.
So he's
Your body
well hydrated
adapts.
at this point.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I forgot about the chapped
gets
foreskin
stronger.
lyric of the Frank Sinatra song.
Totally
That's
a real
life.
thing, dude. That's a real
Downtown,
yeah.
crackheads on 6th Street.
Yeah, that was not. Yeah, that was not in the radio edit, but it was in the original for sure. All right, you ready to go, Sarah?
All right.
Let's do this. Have you done a gas mask before?
Yeah, you know what? A long
Dude,
time
it's
ago.
Victor. It's the host of the High
That's-
Tonight Show. He's
we should.
smoked out of a gas
We
mask.
should have one for the show. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, and also you can have access to this
Oh,
for sure. But then you're
Please don't.
You're gonna have to have us on the show. So.
This is beautiful.
Of course. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
That's beautiful.
With the headphones, that is doing glorious things.
Scorpio
Alright.
Godhead.
You ready?
Yeah, you do.
Go.
This is how George Orwell would smoke weed.
All right, lift it.
The big
Just
fucking
go.
gas
Just
mask.
in and out.
Yeah. Do you think Victor's gonna be on the?
Yes.
Yep. He's going to the top chokeouts list.
I'm seeing stars.
Welcome to Stony Baloney Podcast.
That's what Mason said. We took it off. I can't see.
It's all white.
He did.
Are you going back for more?
No, I'm good for now.
Excellent. All right.
I'm gonna take another one.
Oh yeah,
of
we'll
course.
do another round.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you continue your story and Scott's up.
We should also.
Oh yeah, you're getting in there. Yeah. Just know. Huh?
Why doesn't he have a bong car?
Oh shit.
It is a bong, kinda.
There's just no water in it.
Oh yeah, we just didn't put water. We can put water in it.
We should.
Now that you've died, we can put
we
water.
should be
Make it
making
smoother.
predictions before they smoke Marvin, choke out, or pull.
Oh yeah.
Nick pulled it. Nick is going on the top 10
What
pulls.
did I do? I choked out.
But you and Mason.
Mm-hmm.
But Mason right now, Mason like drooled on himself.
Oh my
it was.
God.
But also, to be fair, Nick pulled away, like, that extra hit that I gave you, the one that kills you, he pulled away. He wouldn't let me give him that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. That's right.
Yeah.
Because he got a
Yeah, he knew it was up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mason told him, you're gonna die. He's been terrified of that thing for 2 weeks straight. Literally, he talked to me about it multiple times. He was like,
No, every time I see
I'm
Mason,
so frightened to get inside of that thing.
he'll never do our podcast. I'll do the podcast, but I'm not smoking out that
It's
gas
like
mask.
claustrophobia and just pure smoke.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's the only time you'll ever like breathe smoke through your mouth and your nose. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
In
it's
my
coming
eyes. I
from.
felt like it was in my
Yes.
Can you pack that for me, buddy?
Yeah,
That's where it hits you. It's like, oh shit, my eyes can't breathe.
it's got half of it in there.
You got like THC soaking into my contacts right now.
Yeah, dude.
Woo!
Yeah, you're gonna have high balls.
All right, so where was I? I just continue now.
Yeah, go for it.
What was I talking about? Look at that. Did I look like that? That's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a
good.
fucking fever dream.
Yeah, your dad was like gonna beat your ass if you were an
Yeah,
aggressive.
yeah. You
drunk.
got threatened if you were a bad drunk
Yeah,
that
he
you would
was
get
like,
beaten.
"Oh, fuck you up, boy."
The stripper hasn't
Mijo.
even come out yet. Yeah. So yeah, I'm getting pretty fucked up, and the night's going along, and my dad's taking a bunch of pictures of me and shit.
At this point, do you know the stripper's coming, or you're
felt
just
like-
getting drunk?
I felt like I don't remember when they told me it was gonna happen, but I want to say it was a surprise. Like I did not know it
Nice.
was gonna happen.
That's even better.
Well, the best part. All right, so she comes out and she's old. She's like,
Oh shit!
I mean, I don't want to sound like ageist or nothing. I like old bitches.
How old was she?
Yeah.
She was really old. Like maybe
How
easily
old?
70, maybe.
No.
With wrinkles. Like
Oh
the
shit!
biggest
Like proper
titties.
old.
They're so big.
Because there's that
Old.
perspective, like
Hard.
Like at 18, a 45-year-old woman is kind of old, but you met old, like an old lady.
Yeah, it was like
this lady is dedicated to the craft, though, bro.
Like
most strippers get out the game in like their mid-30s. You know what I mean? This lady, she fucking stuck to it.
Yeah, she was really good at it.
Oh yeah, and she probably only cost $20 at that point.
I don't know. I wonder, but she was. I remember her being very wrinkly and her titties being cold. And
what was her stripper name? Butterscotch?
I don't remember. They're in my laptop that just went out recently.
Miss Werther's.
Miss Werther's.
The original.
She was an old white lady. I wonder what her name was.
She actually trained Heidi Fleiss.
But I do remember like rubbing her titties on me, and they hurt. Like there was.
God, that's amazing.
Fake that they were hurting my face. The nipples were hurting my nose. And my dad's just taking pictures, and my sisters are watching and laughing at me. and I'm like, man, I went through high school. Like I passed. You know, like this is what they did to me. You know, I don't know what they would have done if I had like. Dropped out, you know.
That was what you got for actually having accomplished the goal.
Good job.
Jesus, yeah. It would have been real. Yeah, if you'd have failed out, it'd have been that same woman, but she'd have fucked you. Because that's what they would have paid for the full. The full service.
Man. So, she's like grinding on me, and then at a certain point, she fucking lays me down on the floor. And my dad gives her like a bunch of extra money, and she lays me down on the floor, and she fucking puts some money on my face, and she squats over me, and she starts picking her up with her cooch lips.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like it actually really impressive. Like I remember feeling the grip through the fucking bills. like this bitch has like a good cooch, like fucking like some type of suction going on, and she would fucking take the bills off my face, and she just I remember how many times she did that. She might have taken like $200 off my face or something like that with her fucking lips. And
it's amazing that she still had that much. Like she does her Kegels, bro. Like that lady,
it was like
she
a
like
claw, you know. And, and they gripped, and they had. I remember them. Jesus. And I remember them gripping. I was like, wow.
The claw. At that point, she's mastered the claw machine. But at 70 years old, to be able to still have that sort of control, to have that pussy control, bro.
This was clearly her finisher, like her big.
That lady definitely wasn't laying around scrolling Facebook all day on game day. Like, she was practicing, like, you know what I mean? Like, she stayed in the gym for her.
Oh, you're goddamn right. Bro. Yeah, she was first one in, last one out.
Yes, 100%.
Every time.
Yeah, no.
It was fun.
Watching game film.
That's insane.
That's what I'm saying. She's like in her 70s, and she used her pussy to grab money off his face.
What's funny is I saw a TikTok video recently or Instagram reel or whatever, and it was I don't remember what the chick was doing, but then she like her vagina talked.
I know what you're talking about. I know.
And it's just their hand in there, but like this bitch could make that video no hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it actually is singing.
And that's what that Waka Flocka song is about.
And I want to see that.
Remember the one?
What Waka Flocka song was that?
Girl, wait to that guys.
Look,
maybe it's Wale. Is it Wale?
Nah, it's Waka. I think so.
Wale Do it with no hands? I see you.
But yeah, dude. Strippers. That's my stripper story. I'm going to strip clubs.
Yeah, well, I imagine not after that.
I mean,
kind of traumatized you.
Thing, you know.
It's all about how you look at it when you go to the strip club. If you just like go there to like be friends with the girls, just go there and hang out and have fun with the girls. They want to have fun. They're still girls. They're at work. Make their job fucking fun. Well, my buddy Pete came to town for Labor Day. He came to town for Labor Day, and Rose hooked me up with a table over there because we always like took care of them, right? So they hooked me up with a table, gave us like no cover, drink discounts, right? Buddy, I've never really, I only been to a strip club one time before this. That's my actual story. But like, Pete and I just fucking hung out with the girls and shit and chatted with them, like tipped them to fucking thumb wrestle each other and shit. That's fun. Go to the strip club and get the see what weird, silly little games you can get the strippers to play, and then bet on them, gamble.
I never have enough money to play with them. Like I was
right,
and I had $40 in ones.
Right.
And this girl was looking at me. She was like, I was like, what can I do with this? And she's like, you could throw that at my ass cheeks while they clap. All right. And so I did, but like, that's it. That's like 15 minutes. And then I have all this time here and
Game
nothing
over.
to do. I blew my wad already.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
Not. I mean, yes, because you got to pay a cover, you got to tip the girl at the door, and then drinks are overpriced. But once you're in there, you can just kind of sit down and go up every once in a while and just casually throw a couple bills on the stage for a dancer that you like.
Like $200 is a good night.
You didn't have to throw the fucking wad of 40 at her ass. She fucking got you, dog.
Damn it.
Yeah, she finessed you.
That
Yeah.
was too much? Should I just?
Oh yeah. You should have
$40,
thrown.
you
You should have thrown $10 worth of ones at her.
$40, you can get a lap dance over at the fucking Rose.
She made it seem like small potatoes.
No, yeah, she
like,
Jedi
I
mind
ain't
tricked you,
got
bro.
my ass.
Which
She got you.
at some strip clubs that is small potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Like
if you're
there's
at Magic
there's
City in
places.
fucking
This
Atlanta.
one was
Yeah.
on Hollywood Boulevard, and it was like a really cool one because you could smoke weed in there.
Oh,
that's
shit, that sounds
amazing.
dope.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding
I
me?
think they did open mics in there or something weird.
Well, we're all in California. We should visit this strip
Yeah,
club.
yeah.
Yes.
It was like a weird stripper bar where, like, during the day, I feel like they had an open mic or something random like that. During this,
I want to do that open mic during the day.
Yeah,
Like I want to be there
smoke
for that.
weed and do comedy and fucking there'd be people with ass cheeks in the background and shit. It was cool, but I never had I was just a broke ass comedian. I never had enough to like for any of them bitches to even look at me.
Yeah. No, I feel it. My strip club story. I didn't have a lot of money. I was going to visit. So when I first started doing comedy, I was like, had all these people like kind of following my journey on Facebook, like internet friends. And one guy was like, "Hey, if you stay clean," because he knew that I had just quit. I had just quit smoking crack or doing coke at that time, like 2018. And it's like from Joey Diaz, Church What's Happening Now, like Family Tree. So those people are all very much about like, clean up your act, fucking get your shit together, apply it to something, cocksucker, whatever. So he's like, if you stay clean, then and get a bus ticket, I'll pay for your ticket for the show and your hotel room. You come up to Cleveland and we'll see Joey. Right, we'll see Joey Diaz. I'm like, cool, I stay clean. I went up there to do that. And so I'm riding the Greyhound. I used to ride the Greyhound bus everywhere. Fucking love the Greyhound bus. I'm glad I don't have to ride it anymore. I can take airplanes, but
the fucking stories.
the stories from the Greyhound bus.
That only exist. Like that.
Yes.
That is its own category
Yes.
of transportation, of type of people. Yeah, it's
Greyhound
it's
bus
special.
is its very own special brand of like white trash. And you could be like Muslim, but you're still white trash.
When you're on the Greyhound,
you are white trash.
Yeah, for sure.
Like race does not exist. You're just white trash. I don't care what you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you all grew up on the same trailer park. Doesn't matter where you're actually from.
Exactly.
That's.
Have you ever masturbated in the bathroom of a Greyhound bus?
I haven't.
I have. Good times.
I would argue I'm in the minority in that, as far as Greyhound bus travelers.
Have you ever ridden a Greyhound?
I've only ridden one once.
From where to where?
From Atlanta to Aiken, South Carolina.
Okay, so you didn't have to go through Knoxville.
No.
Fuck that bus depot.
Was that like the special?
I judge cities based on their bus depot.
That's.
What do you need, Victor? I see you
pretty
looking.
What's that joint? There it is.
Oh, there
that
we go.
palm leaf motherfucking.
Oh, yes.
Thank
The
you.
Blunt Master, Victor.
I smoked it.
So I'm riding the bus up there, and I'm trying to like figure out what to do once I get in town because my buddy works in Youngstown. I'm going to Cleveland, and there's going to be like some downtime for me between getting off my bus and then him getting into town to pick me up. So a bunch of people on Facebook suggested that I go to this fucking strip club, like over in like the warehouse district. And I walk. It was sketchy. Walking from the bus depot to the warehouse district in Cleveland is, yes, you're right. You guessed it. Sketchy as fuck. But I walk over there, man, and I go in, and this place looks like fucking Poseidon's Palace or something. Like, it was beautiful. Like, once you got on the inside, it was fucking beautiful. Like, immaculate 2 stories. Like, this is where LeBron James comes to,
Right.
see strippers.
To throw $100,000 in ones.
Right, like that place definitely had that vibe. So I walk in there and I'm like, there are definitely times in my life where I will not act like I've been there. Like when I went to New York City a couple weeks ago, I'm like, act like you've been here before. And I just did, and I just operated in that way. But like when I went to the strip club, I was very not hesitant to let the front desk girl know, like, this is my first time at a strip club. I have no idea what I'm doing. And she's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, well, pay me a cover, pay me a tip, and then go to inside, and then, you know, you're in a strip club now. So, but I know I don't have money to, like, I'm just there waiting out time and just being in a strip club. Mind you, it's like 11 a.m. on a fucking Friday.
Oh shit. Yeah,
all
any
day.
strip club day shift situation is that's
There was a couple, you know, rough prospects in there, but I was just hanging out at the bar, fucking drinking, and kind of watching the girls dance on the stage and just talking like I ended up chatting with the bartender and shit. They find out why I'm there, why I'm in town, da-da-da. Because I'm like, I don't have money. I'm just here waiting on my friend, da-da-da, whatever. So the manager and the bartender, I think the bartender was from Virginia Beach. So once she found out I was Virginia too, her and the manager, that's another thing, is when you go to a new town and people find out it's your first time there, they like want to show you like my city's cool. So the manager and the bartender proceeded to just get me fucked up, hammered, drunk. Just like for free. They're just like feeding me drinks and just, you know, telling stories and shit. And the strippers kept coming up and talking to me and shit. And every time one of them would come up to me, I would prerequisite it with like, hey, I don't have money to just let you know in advance. Like, I don't have money to pay for lap dances. You know what I mean? Like,
which is, if that's your situation, that's how you got to approach it. Like,
Yeah,
right
like-
out of the gate. Like, hey,
Like-
I'm broke.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to be.
hey, I don't want to assume that you're a whore for money, but also,
But also, we all know what's happening.
yeah, like this is your job, and I just want to let you know, like,
Don't waste your time
Yeah.
when you could be making money. But also,
Right.
a lot of times, that's how you end up meeting and making friends with strippers.
Exactly, and
Because
that's
they
what
know
happened.
you're not in there to try to
Exactly.
exchange for anything. You're just there. And
Exactly. And because of that, and also it being my first time, like, they just wanted to hang out with me and chat and talk and shit. So I ended up hanging out, chatting with these strippers. There was this one I love brunettes. She's a beautiful brunette girl, a little bit of a Russian accent.
nice.
And she's younger. She's fucking hot. Like, she's not 70 years old, Victor.
I like older chicks now. I don't know why. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. I've been living a very DiCaprio lifestyle recently. That's been fun, too.
He got a new 19-year-old recently.
Oh, yeah?
Good for him.
Fucking A, man.
Well, when you're
People can be upset all they want.
There's
But
this man, dude.
if you're going to build a strong
he
franchise, you're gonna
attracts
draft young
gorgeous young women. What are you mad at?
If
Yeah.
they can appreciate, I get sad because they probably just never seen a good DiCaprio movie, you know?
Right, they
Like,
never
being
seen Gilbert
19,
Grape.
Like, what have they seen? Probably Inception. That's about it, maybe. If
Yeah,
that.
Sometimes. Titanic.
Everyone's seen Titanic.
That's the-
yeah,
that's the
probably
thing.
what it is.
He's fucking Jack. Fucking paint me. Right? Isn't
Like
that
one
the
of your,
character's name?
like
I've
one of
never
your French
seen it.
girls. Yeah.
But I ended up befriending this stripper and hanging out and chatting with her for a while. And I also have a strip of LSD in my pocket.
Ah, nice. Like you do.
Like I do. Like only I do. So I don't know how it came about, but I ended up just like giving her a couple hits of LSD before I left. Like right before I got picked up. I gave her LSD, I gave her my business card, which the business cards that I had was like comedian Sky Wharton on the back. It looked like perforated, like it was a fucking sheet of
I was
LSD.
about to say, yeah.
So
your business card.
I give her that. I give her acid, and then I leave. Also, she's got my phone number now too, because my phone number is on the card. It's a very American Psycho type situation, but with LSD.
It's a good move, though. That's a solid move.
Solid move.
Yeah.
So anyway, I leave. And then hours later, I get a text message from her that's just a picture of the back of my business card and just like a bunch of laughing emojis. And I'm like, I might have just fucked this stripper. I might have just changed her life forever. Like, she might have been in the middle of a dance and then just had like one of those psychedelic revelations that you have. And she's like, what am I doing here? Like, I used to be
Yeah.
a business major.
Where did it all go wrong?
It was probably that cocaine addiction that I couldn't shake. But yeah, that was a good time, man. Feeding the stripper LSD and then leaving. I wonder if that girl remembers me or if she ever thinks. Because I remember her. A very, like,
are
fond
you
memory
kidding
of
me?
that.
She definitely remembers you. That's not a situation you forget. She's
Right.
definitely told that story from the other side. For
Right.
sure. Multiple times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Has to have.
Are you just saying that?
No, are you kidding me? Because that's like a leprechaun story. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like you just like floated in and gave her a pot of gold and then disappeared. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking incredible. Yeah. I'm sure there's a version of that story that's been told where you disappeared in like a cloud of smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like certainly it's
his hair blew back in the wind.
Yeah.
Then he tried to get me to come to his hotel room.
And then he jumped on his flying pony and flew away.
Yeah. She was cool though. She was a sweet girl. And that's all.
Strippers usually are.
That was my first strip club experience, and also it was like a good jump off point, because now when I go to strip clubs, it's like that's kind of how I am. I just fucking hang out with the girls and talk to them and shit. Like they're at work, they want to have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
they also are people who want to interact with people.
Right? Yeah, they're fucking human beings. Exactly. They're just doing their like.
Well,
job.
I don't. Let's.
Dude, this podcast is about feminism, so like,
oh shit!
Don't forget.
They're human beings.
Please don't forget.
Women are humans. That's right. I forget. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. So I had a very different experience than you did with my first stripper interaction. I grew up in a super, super strict religious house, right? So there was no strippers, there was no drinking, there was no any kind of fun in my house, right? So I didn't go to a strip club the first time until I was 21, I think. 21 or 22, something like that. And I worked at a place where I sold cars. And the only reason I ended up going to a strip club in the first place is because I sold a car to a guy who was a stripper. And the male strippers are all friends with all the female strippers.
Of course.
And specifically, this was in Atlanta. The person who owned two of the, aside from the Claremont Lounge, which is iconic, and fucking, what was the other one? The one you just, Magic City.
Magic City.
Other than those two, the next three biggest strip clubs are two female and one male strip clubs, and the same guy owns all of them, right?
Okay.
So he's not only just because he's in the industry, but he literally works with these other strippers, right? So he's friends with all the female strippers. So we're just hanging out one day, and there was some issue with him. I think it was because he was a stripper and he didn't have like source of income. He just had like piles of cash. So it took a while for us to get the deal done. It took like a week, so he had to come back a bunch of times. So anyway, by the end of it, we're friends, right? And he was like, hey, and I kind of had explained my situation, but that was also a time when I was like kind of walking away from church and Christianity and all that. So, so he was like, hey, I can, if you want to go to a strip club, I will give you an experience that you will never fucking forget, right? So I turned him down a bunch of times. I was like, nah, I was nervous, right? And so I finally said yes one day, and it was the day he came in to pick up his car. Finally. I'll let this go out. And he shows up at like 11 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And I had only come in, I wasn't working that day. I'd only come in to hand him the keys to his car. So he was like, you want to go get the day started? And I was like, we're going at a middle of the day, we're going to a strip club, right? So I was like, all right, fine, let's go. And so we go to the first one, and it was what every story anybody's ever told about a strip club during the middle of the day, right? Like there's like old weird dudes having like lunch there, and the strippers are all awful. But there was one chick who I either knew or was dating, who was super hot, and she worked. Damn it, I did it again.
Come on.
She worked as a stripper during the day because she had a couple of like really, really wealthy local, just old businessmen who would come in during the day.
Right.
And tip her a buckload of money for a couple of hours, and then she would leave. And then she like went and had a normal life, right? So he introduced me to her and just kind of told her the whole situation. She was like, oh, we're getting you fucked up, and we're going to take you to, like, I'm going to have all of my friends give you the most extreme slutty dances you've ever experienced, right? Like they're gonna blow this situation out, right? So now I'm on this journey, and it's like this is gonna go to the extreme. So we leave that strip club, and then we go. I don't know. We went like back to his house to smoke some weed or something like that. We did something else, and then we went out at like 5:00 in the evening, and we went to the other female strip club that they owned, Pink something. What was it called? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we went there, and immediately he's like, sit down, whatever. And I'm super nervous. And again, like I'm not only have I never experienced a strip club before, but like I don't know shit about women. I was a virgin until I was 21. So I'm clueless on all levels, right? And he just starts getting girls to come over and start giving me lap dances. And I'm legitimately like, the girls are dancing, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do with my hands. I'm like, I know you're not supposed to touch them, but like she really is acting like she wants me to touch her. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no idea. But also they had all told all the girls that like this guy's a virgin. You know what I'm saying? Like really overdo it. So they were trying to fuck with me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they were going all out. It was like they weren't just like doing a one song dance. They were like going all. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot for anybody who was a regular at a strip club. But for somebody who had no clue what the fuck they were doing, it was intense, right? And that went on, and then one of the shooter girls comes around, and she unzips her pants and slides the shot into her pussy lips, and she's like, "Get it?" And I was like, "What in the fuck?" Right? So I'm experiencing all kinds of shit that I've never experienced in my life. So this was one of the craziest days I've ever experienced.
It sounds like an amazing day. It sounds like a beautiful fucking day.
I would take that shot. Customer service.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did. It was excellent. It was amazing. It was the first time I had ever smelled a pussy. It was wonderful. So anyway, we ended up leaving there, and it was one of my friend's birthday, and they were also going out to a strip club, but they were going to the Claremont Lounge, and he didn't know anybody there, but industry, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, oh, I strip over at the, whatever, what was the name of the male strip club he worked at? Swinging Richards.
Swinging Richards.
Yeah, it was solid.
I like that.
So we go to the Claremont Lounge, which have you guys, either one of you heard of the Claremont Lounge? So it's an iconic strip club in Atlanta, but it's iconic because it's where strippers go to die. Like, legitimately one-legged strippers. Like, I've seen strippers there that had a mastectomy on one side, so like one titty bitches. Like, it is a ridiculous experience. Like, there is nothing like this. Yeah. It's not like, I would say it's not sexual, but there are some fucking weird dudes that are in there to get off, for sure. Yeah. But for most people,
want to
it's
see
a spectacle.
An amputee. Yeah, right.
That's what you're there for, is the experience. Like, and so we go and we get there, and there's like a crazy line outside, and he ends up getting us in. And we go in, and it's always packed, but we get in, and the reason it's so packed is because Morgan Freeman is in the fucking Claremont Lounge hanging out, right? So he's in the back, and he's got a little entourage. And we only ended up being there for like an hour, but in that hour, I saw a lady come out who had to be in her 60s, and she had, instead of tassels, she had like her nipples pierced with a thing, and then she stuck fucking sparklers and came out with fucking sparkler which has got to be that's got to hurt every time you do it. There's no way that's enjoyable for her. So she did sparkler titties, and then another lady came out, and she basically unrolled her titties. Like, I have never seen length in a titty like that. It was spectacular. And then I forget what was wrong with the other lady. There was another weird one. So we hung out there for a while. I didn't end up interacting with Morgan Freeman because he was surrounded by people making it clear that he wasn't to be interrupted. And they took a bunch of people's phones who tried to like take pictures and shit. They were like, nah, fuck that shit. So we ended up leaving there, and then we're all fucked up. Like, we'd been drinking and doing fucking Molly and Coke and shit. And so they're like, all right, one more strip club. And I didn't know where Swinging Richards was. I'd never been, right? So I'm not paying attention. We're just excited going to the last strip club, right? And I was riding with 3 of his female stripper friends, and he rode in another car, right? And I think the ruse was he was like, I got to go ahead and get you guys in because they're kind of strict, but, I'll make sure that I can get you in, right? So we get there, and we're walking in, and the guy at the door is like, hey, he said you're good to go in or whatever. So we get in, and we walk in, and in the back side of it, there's just like a bunch of women kind of sitting in the back. And I remember noticing that. I was like, that's weird. It's a bunch of chicks. And then I look up on the stage, and it's all dudes dancing. And I was like, oh, fuck. And immediately, obviously, I knew. I was like, we're at fucking Swinging Richards. You took me to the fucking dude strip club, you son of a bitch, for the last one to cap off the night, right? It's hilarious. So the girls are joking. I'm like, it's funny. And I think it's, that's all that it is. It's just a joke, and then we're going to leave, right? And I was like, well, where is he? Fuck, what was that guy's name? Oh, I really should know that part of the story. Anyway, so I was like, well, where's he at? And they're like, he'll be back in a minute or whatever. Right? So we get a couple drinks, and we're just waiting. And then they're like, oh, shit, there he is. And I turn around, and he comes out on fucking stage. And just does this the most ridiculous dance that you've ever seen. Like, he was just being ridiculous. And it was obviously like a joke. They were fucking with me. Right? And so all the girls are like, you got to go up there and tip him. And I'm like, I'm not like, no, I'm not interested. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. Like, this is all like, this has gone too far. And then one of the girls was like, we'll strip for you when we get back to his apartment if you go up there and tip him. I was like, well, fuck. All right, then that's what's happening. So I walked up there and put a fucking dollar bill in his G-string while he swung his dick around in the air. And then we went back, and sure enough, all 3 of them gave us a fucking show back at his apartment. So,
No shit.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. That was like my first, second, third, and fourth strip club experience all in one night.
That sounds like a great night, dude.
Yeah.
I knew a male stripper who was a comedian. Pretty funny guy. Shout out college, something like that in LA.
Shout out. I can't remember your name, but shout out, dog.
Cool guy. He knows what I'm talking about. Man.
He knows who he is.
I went to, this is a little short one. I went to Key West back in like March of 2021 because it was St. Patrick's Day when I got there. My cousin lives down there. And I went down there, I had the dog, and we went to the beach and shit. And just had a beautiful day. But at one point, we ate mushrooms, and we like went kind of like to the downtownish area where everybody's like walking around, getting drunk, women with their titties out and shit. And him and I go, and he's like industry. He's like a maintenance man at all the bars and shit around town, right? And it's like 6th Street, Austin, small there. You know what I mean? Like it's small. Like there's a poppin' nightlife, but like it's
all tight bars and
everybody's tight.
Walking distance.
Everybody knows each other, and he works at every one. He's either worked at the bar as a security guy or he's like done maintenance for him. So he fucking knows everybody, can get in anywhere, right? And he just like gets us in, just walk into like one of these strip clubs in the middle of fucking Key West, high on mushrooms, and we get in there. But man, it was like once you stepped in, because I'm on mushrooms, you know what I mean? Like it's beautiful Key West, like some of the most beautiful weather I've ever seen in my life, and you walk in, it's just like you walked into like another world. It was like a fucking portal, dude. It was literally like you walked into the gates of hell, and you could just see like everyone's intentions because you're on mushrooms. You know what I mean? Like you could see the greed in the strippers' eyes. You could see them like preying on these like creepy old men and shit. And then you could see like the lust in the old men, and they're all fucking drunk. It was like, I don't know, man. It was a zoo, man. Yeah. And then we just like walked out the back into the like sunlight and palm trees, because it's also the middle of the day. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. These are not their best girls either.
No,
you know what I mean? No. So it's like it looked like You know that painting that they were like, oh, Astro World was based off this like hellish painting or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the dude with like the stomach, like that's the gates of hell and shit. Like that's what it was like. You know what I mean? It was like very like hellish. And then we walked back outside into like heaven and birds and like, but yeah, man, it was weird, dude. Being on mushrooms and walking in there in the middle, like going from nature to like fucking, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, yeah.
That's amazing.
Doing shit like what was it? The K2, the early fake weed. My cousins would give me that.
All of that fake weed fucked people.
The
I
spice.
remember, like, I was a teenager and they'd give me some spice. And I'd take like a small little bowl hit, and I'd go to I'd pass out in front of the TV, and Oprah would be on, and like every time she would like say something and the audience would cheer, it sounded like hell. Fucking everyone was crying to death in an eternity. And I was just lying with my eyes closed, and like Oprah sounds like a demon just standing with hordes of people, and she's like, "Run!" And they're like, "Ah!" And I'm just laying there like they're all dying.
Oh God, what's
Oprah's a
happening?
demon, and this is like way before you find out this shit about Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah and like Weinstein
Then it
and
turns
shit.
out that Oprah is in fact a demon.
Yeah. So it's but psychedelics will bring you there.
Yeah, man, you like
Yeah.
see people's intentions.
Yeah,
It's
it
fucking
opens
weird.
your eyes. It's a weird thing. Yeah, it's a portal.
But what are they? Fake psychedelic. What was K2 made of? It was like spice.
I don't
It was
remember.
Like a spray
I don't know,
or something.
dude.
I'm still recovering.
Yeah,
from that.
Oh yeah.
It was literally just like potpourri with whatever that
Something
chemical
fucking- yeah,
was that they
dude.
sprayed on there.
It
was
really
just some
was. It
synthetic
was literally
fucking-
potpourri, dude.
Yeah.
Drugs with my cousins, man. We would do stuff like that. We did fucking whippets and like
I did
keyboard-
so many fucking
keyboard
whippets.
cleaner. Yo, with like
Yeah,
a rag,
Yeah.
2 rags,
the compressed air shit,
and
man.
just like, and just like you'd sound like Darth Vader for a couple seconds, and the whole world was like, we had like a big bass in like every direction. Fucking watching Malcolm in the Middle. Not good for you.
I went camping one time with a bunch of people, and we got 2 cases of whippets, and we all did a couple of them. And then we went, and we had we had weed and alcohol, and, everything else. So we did a few of those, and we were like, it's fun. And then we put the cases in the car, and we go, and then we like start a campfire and get the camp ready. And then we noticed it's been like an hour, and one of the guys just like had disappeared. And me and one of my buddies were like, where the fuck is he? And then we go, and we find him over by the cars, and he's being super shady, and it's like super dark at night at this point. We're like, what the fuck were you doing over here? He was like, I just want some time to myself. I was smoking a couple cigarettes, right? And then he just leaves. And as he walks away, it's like cling, 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 cling. He had done like 100 of them. He just sat there and fucking one after another. We're like, what the fuck, dude? What a weird thing to act like an addict about. You know what I'm saying? Whippets? Like, really? You're going to go fucking like full crackhead on some whippets?
They
Like,
go deep. These
People go
guys.
deep, bro.
They'll fucking steal a big old tank, and like you have to, I don't know, wrap it in rags, or else, because at the rate that they're hitting it, it gets
the
cold.
freezes.
Yeah. And then so they have to like fucking keep up with that, and so you see these guys,
That's insane.
and they're doing so much of it, and they're fucking hanging out in the car, like it's coming out of their mouths, like smoke. And shit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like the fumes. And they fish out, bro. They like fall out on the ground and literally like
Oh yeah, because it's no oxygen. You're
Yeah.
fish out, bro. That's how they named the band Fish.
Was that how?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It makes sense. Fucking makes sense.
That's why
bro.
it has the pH.
That's why those fans like Fish, is because they're so fished out on fucking nitrous. That's the only way that music is bearable.
Hitting balloons and shit.
Man, I
As if
remember.
you're unconscious on the ground.
I remember working the yeah, exactly that face exactly. I remember working the door on 6th Street, and they put me at the back door, right that night.
Oh, the crack door.
Yeah, the crack door, and because there was like a hip hop event or something, so I was out back with like one of the armed security guys, just like watching the back door, making sure nobody could get in, and these 3 goth girls. Like 3 hot goth girls in like full like rave fucking, like they're like dressed for like a rave. They're all just like in their, You know what I mean?
They know how to do it.
And they look,
yes.
Fishnets.
yeah.
Fucking there's so
and
much
also,
hot and
like-
so little clothing at a rave. It's incredible.
Like, if you had asked me before that, like, Scott, describe a group of, like, hot goth girls that you would like to approach you in an alleyway. And I would be like, I couldn't have explained them any better than the way
Than what
that
was
they
real.
fucking appeared in my life. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
And I think one of them was the way that we all made our acquaintance was one of them was taking a piss behind the dumpster behind Buckshots, right? That's what's next door.
Uh-huh.
So she's taking a piss and her friends, and I like just walk out and kind of see it, and I'm like, oops, sorry. And her friend's like, no, it's okay, da 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 da. And then they end
She
up.
likes when people watch.
Yeah,
It's fine.
And then her other friend's like, oh my god, you're so sweet. And, like, she comes up and gives me a big hug, right? And then the other two, after she's done peeing, come up and like give me a hug and hang out. They're hanging out with me and the armed security guy. And then they bust out like a full box, like a box like that size that's full of the little fucking canisters. And they have they have like the thing that stands up and you just load it with a canister.
Pop. Yep.
And take a big one. And they proceeded to hang out with me at the back door for about an hour and a half. And then they just chain smoked fucking that. I mean, each one would take it.
Just
next
one over.
I only
holy
got,
fuck.
they only let me hit it like 2-4 times, something like that. It was
But they
them
were just
like
cracking
back,
it over
and
and
then also like fucked up, just left a rave and doing these drunk as piss, taking their empties and like whipping Olympics and seeing
yeah,
how
of course.
far they can throw their
At car
empty canisters.
windshields.
Yeah, like at people at like.
With their tarred whippet string.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
But like dumping them in the back of like pedicabs as they ride by, like throwing them at homeless people,
They
like
look
just
little bombs or something.
throwing them down the alleyway, just like pretending they're Tom Brady and shit. Luckily, I didn't have to fucking fight anybody that night because of that. But
Right?
yeah,
Because that's possible.
and then they just disappeared into the night. Like
Nice.
oh man. They were
That's
like
excellent.
they were like Charlie's Angels, but if Charlie was Charlie Manson, you know what I mean? Like they were awesome, dude. They were like
Manson's Minions.
Like-
Is what that's.
Tale as old as time. There was one.
like if Tim Burton redid Powerpuff Girls, like that's what they would look like. You know what I mean?
What a fun thing that would be.
Oh my god, yeah.
They were
I'd
supposed
watch
to do
that.
it for a while, not Tim Burton, but they had like an adult-ass Powerpuff Girls, and I think they did a pilot.
I've seen an adult Powerpuff Girls on the what's the website called?
Yep.
X Hamster.
They're like, yeah, they were gonna do it. It didn't happen. It got canceled.
Sad day.
Dude, we told lots of stories today.
Yeah, we did.
Do you want to pack that up for Victor again?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to go that again before we
Before we
guess
sign off?
who was lying?
Before you guess.
Way to sign off.
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay. All right. So I have some live rosin. Do you want to drop that on top?
Yeah,
And go
fuck,
all the way?
that sounds
All right,
amazing.
I'll
let's do it.
never say no.
And by the way, if anybody wants to sponsor our podcast and send us pieces or Delta CBD, what the fuck ever, quotation marks.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna bring you guys out to the farm sometime, man.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
Jeremy
You were telling me
Green.
about that.
Yes. Absolutely.
He's won several awards. He's a
Very
really nice
nice.
fella.
Yeah, I when I lived in San Jose, I worked for the largest dispensary / distributor in Northern California.
Nice.
I love it, man.
cool as
Anything.
fuck.
Yeah, if I'm not doing comedy, I just like to get involved in the
Cannabis
cannabis industry,
industry.
man. It makes me so
Right, dude?
happy.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see it growing into a legit thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, you know what I'm saying? Because for my whole life, it's been such a taboo part of my existence. But like, it's living in California and just going to weed stores. That was a fucking trip, man.
I know. I love it. I hate it and I
Visiting
like it
there
because I
and
do
going, I
both.
loved
You know,
it.
I'll go above.
Yeah, it also sucks to pay 30%
Yeah,
tax.
I go
on
under the
fucking-
counter. You know,
You know?
I'm always nice to the small businessman, even
Yes.
especially in those circumstances.
Absolutely.
How are those pop-ups going that you've been doing?
Awesome, man. I'm trying to go for bigger and bigger, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're looking for like different places and shit. We got 420 coming up.
At anything you're doing on 420.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Collaborate on
Stony
that. Be
Baloney.
involved. Yeah.
That's right. I like the
would be a lot of
name,
fun.
dude. That's dope. As
It's
hell.
fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
When we came with the premise, I was like, Victor has to be one of our first guests. Like, he does the hide and I. It's very much his brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just
my
makes
thing,
sense.
dude.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
still don't
combo.
know which one to use. Baloney though.
I guess you got to hit the mask first, and maybe that'll help you.
Yeah, you got to consult with Marvin to find out.
Yeah. Consult with Marvin.
Marvin with the foreskin now.
Marvin with the foreskin.
That's a solid addition.
That was a great addition to his attributes.
I like that a lot.
Any sort of attributes or folklore you want to add to Marvin?
All right.
Ready? Oh, do you want water in that?
Oh.
So, I like that. The reason that one works so well is that is a legitimate gas mask.
Yeah, right. Like for real.
Like if I just put the cap on it instead of this, you can wear that in the apocalypse, and you're good to go.
I need one of these.
Also, they always have like a shitty acrylic thing, and this one actually has a glass piece. It's nice.
You know what? I didn't think about that till you just pointed out. Yeah, every time I've ever smoked out of a gas mask, it's had the acrylic, and this has the glass, man. Mm-hmm. And it's got this.
All right.
Ready? Let's go.
3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Is he gonna choke or is he gonna champ?
I mean,
see where Victor ends up on the highlight reel.
Yeah, he's gonna die. That's what's gonna happen.
Our intro music should just be like B-roll of everybody coughing and like everyone coughing.
Yeah.
Yep. And we do wipe that with baby wipes in between guests for a reason. That's why we wipe it in between guests.
Alright.
Who is telling the truth and who is full of baloney?
We're all stoning, but who was baloney?
One of you lied for sure.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
That's the truth, dog.
All right, we're talking about the original stripper stories.
Yes, the stripper stories. Everything else, yeah. The stripper story, my Cleveland story, the thumb wrestling and the mushroom stories. Those were not part of the game.
You gave stripper some acid, and you hung out with someone you sold a car to at a strip club during the day. You went to several clubs, I think.
4.
Yeah.
It's my turn. Dun, 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 dun. We need a Marvin logo. We need like a gas mask logo.
That thing is fucking badass.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking.
Baloney
Needs to wear the gas mask. Yeah, I literally thought of that last time we did this and forgot in between then and now. Yeah, that's what has to happen.
Do an AI poster.
What do you think, Danny? Which one of these guys is baloney?
Oh no, not Danny. Can I have a piece?
I think you're full of baloney.
He is. It's hard to tell.
Final
I
answer?
really can't tell.
Scott just gives people acid all the time. I mean, that's gotta be true.
Any story that starts with.
Yeah.
I definitely gave that stripper LSD.
So it is true that a friend of mine went into the Claremont Lounge one time and saw Morgan Freeman.
No shit.
But
I forgot that detail even.
But that is the only detail of that story that was true.
I just remember it's like, man, it sounds exhausting.
I did. The first time I went to a strip club was with another car salesman that I worked with. So that's kind of, but yeah, no, the rest of that was
I really couldn't.
baloney. Yeah.
At first, whenever I first heard your story, I was like, that's baloney. But then I heard yours, like, I'm usually, you know what, pretty good at that type of thing.
Just trying to get better at my storytelling. That's why you can't tell if I'm lying or not.
I thought you called mine baloney.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
you got it.
he won.
I wanted to. Whenever
Ding,
I
ding,
first heard
ding.
his,
Yeah.
Put a point
I wanted
over
to, but
Victor's
then I
head.
heard yours,
1
like,
point.
here's something more like baloney.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
It wasn't easy.
This is actually the first time we've got that format down. This is the way we're going to continue to do the format. So
Yeah.
Okay.
First
time,
That's
first
like
win.
Who won the
Yeah.
last one?
Actually,
What did we do with Nick?
So with Nick, we fucked up and we guessed each other's, but that's because again we hadn't decided. Like we didn't know ahead of time who was lying and who wasn't.
With Mason, it was
Mason got it wrong. Mason guessed that.
Mason thought I was lying.
Yeah.
Or he thought I was telling the truth.
And that I was lying. Yeah.
And I was
lying.
lying.
It was reversed.
Yeah.
You lied to Mason.
I lied to Mason.
Yep. To his fucking face.
I told him that I told Mason that I stole from the collection plate, and he thought I was telling the truth.
He did.
That's how fucking
Yeah.
low Mason
Probably
thinks
struck
of
a
me.
chord with him.
He was like, yeah, that sounds like
I bet
Scott.
He was passionate about
That one kind of hurt.
Yeah.
When Victor said, Scott seems like he'd give someone LSD. That feels good.
You're
I
like,
like that.
yeah.
That's how I like to be.
Yeah.
Like knowingly,
'Cause
I
I
would
would.
never give anyone psychedelics without their knowledge. But yeah, I've definitely
whatever
just
you had
handed
said,
people
like,
drugs
I have
sometimes.
LSD in my pocket. I didn't know if you said like if you meant right now or in the story. Both would have been.
Because either one is possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess we're about to do acid.
Yeah.
If there's any LSD chemists out there who want to sponsor our podcast,
That's the next
Come on.
thing. Man, acid.
legalize LSD.
When if I take
They
a
just
good
did
hit,
in-
I always feel energetic.
Somewhere in Canada. They
They're,
legalized everything.
working on legalizing mushrooms.
I want to do acid and work out.
Interesting.
Microdose.
Push-ups.
I liked your stripper story. That was fun.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
true.
that was fun.
By the way.
Yeah,
I
that was
know.
very
I
fun.
can tell.
Fucking happened.
I felt the pain in your soul. When you told the story.
Yeah.
When you
I
talked about her
heard.
titty,
I heard your mother scolding your father.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
I heard
oh,
that.
yeah.
They're divorced, and she
I
was
saw it all.
upset about it. And it was funny. Yeah, I don't know why did he do that. Would I do that to my son? I don't know.
Yeah, there's
guess we'll
time.
find
There's
out.
time to figure that out.
I gotta get a future stripper for him. He's, I don't know.
Now here's the thing: if you could get that same stripper who's now in her 80s, you know what I'm saying? That's
Not dead.
yeah. If you could get
It's a family tradition.
that's solid.
Yo.
You got anything you want to plug, Victor?
Wouldn't that be fun if if that existed? That was the stripper your father's father had got for him when she was in her 50s.
Yeah, right.
And for his father when she was young
Yeah.
and getting started. Like it's been 4 generations of
And
that
you find
same.
out that's actually your it was actually your abuela that gave you.
Yeah. It was your great grandmother.
Why wouldn't she be alive? She's very athletic, I remember.
That lady that pulled the fucking dollar bill off your face with her pussy was pretty athletic.
Yeah, the High Tonight show coming up on the 22nd at the Creek in the Cave, and then
Very nice.
what else? I got other shit. You can go check out my Instagram, Victor Martinez Jr. Backup.
That'll be down here in the descriptions.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, dude, of course.
Fuck yeah. This was good. Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
This thing changed my life.
Thank you.
Oh, dude,
that's
yeah.
the goal. Yeah,
the goal.
and nobody comes out of that thing the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is even across the board. Yeah, fuck yeah.
That set the tone for the night.
Yeah, this was fun.
Baloney.
Hell yeah.
You got
Party
it.
of Independence on April 1st.
That's right. Yeah, dude.
We're both on that. You're
I'm
hosting. I'm on it.
excited. It's been growing. I've been seeing it grow for the past year, and this last one fucking sold out. And he knows how to throw a good ass show,
Yeah.
man. Independence Brewing is a dope ass place.
The lineup at the fucking next one is sick too. Man.
Yeah,
There's
right.
a lot of
Is
good
Casey
people.
back on again? I think, right?
I
Or-
forget. I forget. I don't want to
know,
look it up right now. I don't want to be that guy.
It's a really good lineup. Of course, you were on it. I'm fucking excited, man. Anytime I get to host anything, I love the opportunity. I always could take it. I'm hosting like a random ass rap show on the 11th.
Nice.
Yeah, at Happy Clouds. I'm pretty excited.
Right,
about
right
that.
on. That sounds fun.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna do comedy. I might. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, all you need to do is MC. It's
yeah,
an easy
right?
paycheck. What
Yeah,
do you
just
do?
set the tone. Yeah, just fucking go have fun with them and shit.
I went to go check out a fashion show in Bee Cave the other day. I had a friend who designed a dress, and she said that she was going to be trying to put on some events and stuff, like creators collaborative kind of fucking event, like a burner event, pop up. I was like, oh, it sounds like you need an MC.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't have to go there and tell jokes, just have basic mic skills, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And maybe
Yeah,
you know how
and-
to be a little silly when you need to.
Exactly. Yeah. Not having any structure allows you to just kind of goof around and
Exactly.
play in the moment. You know?
Sick. Thanks for coming on, dude. We
Thanks,
appreciate
you
you.
guys.
Yeah, this is a lot of
Glad
fun.
to have you on these inaugural episodes.
Yeah,
The High
fuck yeah.
Tonight Show and Stony Baloney collide.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fucking awesome.
Absolutely.
I predict that next year we'll be doing a crossover episode at South by Southwest. So every
So
once in
we
a while I'll say
going?
something like that.
We going to the Red Rose or?
Yeah, let's go see if they'll sponsor us.
That's a good idea. That's a legitimate
That'd be
idea.
cool as
Let's
hell.
do that.
Like a daytime podcast at a strip club.
I'd do
All the
it.
same setting here.
Yeah, but just with a pole and a stripper.
Yeah.
Bro. Fuck yeah.
Did your brain just explode?
Exactly
You're like,
that.
new podcast format. Nobody tells a story.
Everybody throws a one.
Was that a metronome? No, that's just the clapping. That's all that is. She's got rhythm.
I love you guys, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You
Thank
enriched
for
my
coming
little
out.
fucking life.
Yeah. Let's do it again soon. All right. Bye.
Fuck yeah, Victor. That's a good one.